Hey, control the trade here, and now we're taking a look at Virgin Galactic Holdings, ticker SPCE. I'm going through all the hyped up stocks here that had major short squeezes and have come back down to earth now. These charts really all look the same: NEO, Plug, SPCE, and we're going to take a look at a couple other ones. All of them had this huge run up during a time when short squeezes were all the rage and just everything was flying up. And you can see what happens when you move too far too fast. You get a huge breakdown most of the time. Can't just continue to go up in a straight line. SPCE came into the 200 period moving average here, spiked it, tried to make a little comeback, and has continued to stay into this bearish pattern here in the short term. We're in a long-term uptrend, or at least we were, and now we're coming back to earth down to our former breakout area, which is about 2107, which is an important number I've had on the board for quite some time here. 2107 would be an area that I'd be watching for a pretty solid support, and maybe we get a little bounce back up to the mid-20s. But you got to watch this. It moves fast, as you can see. History of this one, it's extremely volatile. I got to go back a little further here to show you if you're not familiar with this chart. Yep, there it is. So you can see here we had a very similar run up. I guess we had a very similar run up a couple years ago. You can see we spiked really fast and furious up to the 42 and change. And we went all the way down and started consolidating for a long time until we finally broke back out. Had good timing. So we do have this interesting trend line that's starting to develop here. This spike high, consolidation, spike high. So maybe we repeat that pattern again. I remember seeing something similar to Tesla. I'm not saying this is like Tesla or anything like that. It's definitely not. But I'm just talking patterns here. So if that's the case, maybe we make higher lows and we stay kind of in this zone above 2107. But if we break 2107, that's going to be a pretty bearish move. So 2107 is kind of our line in the sand. So we have this gap all the way back here too, where we closed at 1643. And I don't think we ever filled that gap. So it's possible we could go down to 1650, somewhere in that zone. So I'm going to be setting alerts down there, but that could take a while. In the short term, 2107 is what we really want to watch. So we're going to take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly chart gives us a nice look too. You can see we've spiked through the 50-week moving average, which would be very bearish if we closed below that. If we can maintain and hold that area, then maybe we'll get a bounce. Let's look at the monthly. Monthly chart's looking interesting too. You can see the breakup candle here. This breakout area would be the low of this candle, which would be 2288. So that's another important area to watch actually. So 23 would be another area I'd want to see how the market reacts if we start to see price go down there. So set your alerts, be ready for those support areas, and we have to take a look at the bull case too. If we can get back above the 200 period moving average and start to creep back up above the 20-day moving average, you might get a little bit of change in this chart and maybe get some kind of spark and bounce up here. But right now, not looking good, looking definitely more of like a bearish pattern here. You can see the 50 period moving average is creeping down, which will also serve as strong overhead resistance. And we have not closed above the 20 period moving average in quite some time, which is also more points for the bear camp. So that's our quick look at SPCE, Virgin Galactic. Hope this video is helpful, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and always happy to help. Remember, don't let the trade control you.